gentlemen, boys and girls, to episode 9 of the Football Faction, brought to you live, flash recorded in the McDago production studio.
That'll be a dumbass.
This is, what is the date today? Friday the 27th?
Thursday.
Thursday the 26th?
Yes.
Thursday the 26th. We have a good friend in our satellite studio in Greenville, Texas, Stevie Step with us. How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing pretty well.
Fantastic. As always in studio, bringing the wonderful, he basically uplifts everyone. Dominator's in studio right now. Dom.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Jerry, the Jer Bear Heron, of course.
You know what autocorrect for Flacco is on the iPhone?
Bag.
Flaccid.
Yes. Nice.
Hey, one more thing. You know which all-star football game I'm looking forward to this weekend?
Which one?
The Senior Bowl.
Speaking of flaccid, Theo Ludovisi is to my left. How's it going, Theo?
Oh, happy to be here after a week's absence.
Yes. I tell you what, we had a lot of emails, a ton, i.e. one, that was talking about their sadness that you were not here. So
That's good to know I missed.
yeah, you were missed.
Was it from Theo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it myself.
We missed your musk in studio.
Under
So,
my
yeah.
we did enjoy that call.
Yeah, that was good.
You didn't seem too enthused about getting a call.
Well, you know, I wasn't in the best mood at that time.
He wasn't, and I felt bad when I called because I was like, oh man, he was kind of pissed because he wasn't able to be on the show.
He's like, oh,
I'm sure that's exactly why you're doing.
Well, then when I called, he's like, well, I'm working. What do you think? Because I was like, hey, what you up to? I'm working. What do you think? I was like, oh.
It had nothing to do with not being here, even though I did want to be here, obviously. But
Yeah.
it was
just being there.
it was work nonsense.
Oh, the February schedule, the remix had come down,
Remix.
and Theo was quite frustrated,
Just wanted
and
to
rightfully so,
punch something.
because it was some bull spit. But for those of y'all that liked that little intro song, that is Screaming by the Brains. They are a psychobilly band out of Canada, eh?
It's much better than last week.
Hey,
Oh, geez.
Well, that's the reason why.
That's not much of a step up.
Oh, come on. Oh, you're saying it doesn't take much to step up from
I can hear the Barney song
I'm saying
and feel better.
psychobilly isn't all that either.
If I had my boo button queued, I would have fucking played it right there. Psychobilly rocks.
you just got
so,
booed.
Whatever.
Stop Hitlering the crowd to boo me.
But I tell you what, I had to do something because that picture that you did.
Which one?
Well, for me, for
Was
those
it
of
the
y'all
Steve?
that checked out the YouTube. No, I almost spewed coffee on this screen. I'm watching at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, the gay picture I made of you.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm sipping my coffee, and I almost choked because I laughed, but I was looking at my screen. I turned into my arm and was like, spewed coffee all over this area. It was bad. And then I should have learned, right? Because I composed myself. You know, then a little halfway through the show, Steve getting splooged on made me do it again.
Like that one?
That was
Speaking
pretty
of
awesome.
spewed,
Yeah, Steve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. By the way, your best work so far.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
that was
you.
pretty
Thank you very
amazing.
much.
Yes.
Dropping low.
Gets better every week.
Oh, here we go. Yes. The crowd loved it. So awesome
How about
job.
the kids?
That's the first happy
Oh,
kids
applause
love
we've
it.
had.
Well,
Dom.
someone said they were getting tired of the kids. I'm just kidding. They didn't, because if someone said that, I'd shoot them.
It was Jerry Sandusky, and he was kidding.
Uh-oh.
He took the bite.
And speaking of shooting, Jack Giss is not in studio today because he's probably a little tired because he unloaded a few hundred rounds of ammunition. We went shooting today, got to shoot a
You could take that a couple different ways.
Chris something or the other, one of the most awesome guns I've ever shot in my life. Also had a zombie target. I don't know if y'all saw on Facebook.
Yeah, I
I
saw
had some
it.
pretty good shots with a .357 revolver. A lot of fun today shooting. So,
We
Jack,
talk about zombies a lot in this. 'cause I have a couple bits.
little nerd rage. Oh, and
And in
some
the
news
news.
anecdotes, right?
Yeah.
Very cool. So, well, what happened last week? I think some conference championship happened last week.
a little bit.
What do we got coming up in this show?
I guess you might want to know that, huh? Coming up in the show, we have conference championship talk.
Uh-huh.
We have a little Super Bowl talk. We're going to expand our Super Bowl coverage for 2 weeks. We're not going to give you our pick this week. We'll give you our official pick next week. What we'll do is we'll just discuss the Super Bowl a little bit this week. We have Nerd Rage, brought to you by the Dominator, in which he's going to be reviewing Dead Island.
No.
No?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. Oh, I'm sorry, Theo.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the outline here, and it does
Oh.
not say.
You
Dead.
know you
don't
are
have
not, Dom.
The
Yeah.
latest outline, which is one that is in our head.
Well, he didn't know until I showed up.
Yeah.
So basically,
Dom likes to keep us on our toes.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to do
So
Dead
if-
Rising 2, but
Right.
that game sucks. So.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Dom
So
was-
if you did research on that game, you're pretty much screwed.
Yeah. We also have the preemptive strike brought to you by Jerry Berry's going to hook up some basketball knowledge.
Going to change it up a little bit this week. Yes, I'm doing the preemptive strike, but it's not going to be someone you want to pick up. It's going to be somebody you want to avoid.
Oh,
That people are going to be picking up.
Yes.
Like herpes.
Absolutely.
nice.
Ah.
Yes. You have not accomplished that feat.
Yeah, I know, right? Theo is going to be bringing your Theo's Hot Music Injection. And who are you doing this week, bro?
Group Love. Gotta love that name.
yeah.
I don't know who
I
that is.
love group love.
I don't know either, but Group Love sounds like a cool name, so that totally rocks.
Sounds like a
Very
You
great
probably,
idea.
probably heard their music on like an Apple commercial or something like that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I think so actually.
And then,
Really? No way.
Steve's going to be bringing hardballs. His balls are always great. And I'll be bringing you the caffeinated critic, and I'm going to be doing Red Tails this week. Going to be leaving the.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me to that movie, by the way.
It was a date night,
At least he's invited you to a movie before.
Oh,
dude. I've invited you to movies.
He
before.
invites me to movies that I don't want to fucking see.
He never wants to go to a movie. Every time I invite him, every time.
Who?
Dom.
Oh.
Never. I don't want
But
to.
I last
His
week
exact
I
words.
suggested to you.
I
I was
don't
like,
wanna see
oh,
that shit.
we need to go see Red Tails, and you're like, oh yeah, I'll totally fucking see Red Tails. Yeah. And then I see on Facebook, he's like, no, I'm at Red Tails. I'm
Red Tails, it totally
Rave.
rocks.
I'm at Rave Destin with this.
No, but before that, I was at Red Brick Pizza getting my gluten-free crust.
Get my gay on at Red Brick.
A long time ago, he invited me to one movie from Justin to Kelly, but I refused to see
Oh,
it.
right. Whatever, Justin.
Don't boo that shit.
Hey, son of a bitch! Fuck. So, anyways, unfortunately, we don't have Stover or Buck in studio, but Stover, did his due diligence, did a preemptive strike, did his Stove's.
Smoking the
Thank
stovepipe.
you,
There you go.
dude. I am so tired. I just switched from mids to days
why I'm here.
in one day, so I apologize for
And
my
from
lack
vagina
of
to cock.
professionalism.
But
so.
if Buck may have a wild hair and might call.
He might. You never know.
He might.
Hey, guys, let's hope that Buck calls, because this show isn't the show that it could be without Buck. He really rounds it out. So rounds it
If we
out.
threw a shiny
Rotunds.
nickel his way, I'm sure he would
He
call
really
him.
largely rotunds it out. Anyways. Dom, I see you got some skull with you in studio. How's that skull?
Oh, it's great. I love
so
it.
good.
Love the
Oh.
skull.
And of course,
Long
our
cut.
NCAA player highlight will be brought to you by Jerry again this week, and he is going to be doing a running back.
I am
in the tight end.
super excited about this guy.
But what's the bit about?
Yeah, exactly. Hey-o!
Huh?
So,
Oh,
anyways, I think we should probably move on with what we've got going on here. Conference championship, folks. I don't know what y'all think, but I thought that the games turned out pretty good. First and foremost, I want to ask.
I thought they were both awesome.
Yeah.
First and
Great call.
foremost, who went 100%? Jerry and Leonard are raising their hands.
Well,
pretty much a given here. But
Yeah.
to tell you the truth, I wasn't here, but I picked San Fran to win the Super
See,
Bowl.
Theo's the honesty first.
So
I picked the Packers, so
I,
you're a little
I
better.
had San Fran facing New England in the Super Bowl, so I was 1 for 2 last week.
Cool. Yeah, I was 2 for 2. It's just kind of what I do. Jerry, as always, did really good. Steve, what did you do? Were you 2 for 2, or what'd you do?
No, he was not 2 for 2 because we had
I
the same
was-
picks.
I was 2 for 2 if you take away 2 of them.
Oh, okay. There
Oh,
you
yeah.
go.
So we had another 0.0, huh?
0.0. So, question I have: was that a fumble or was it not a fumble? That's forward progress bullshit. You know what I'm talking about, don't
that
you?
was a fumble.
That was a fumble.
Oh yeah,
They blow the
absolutely.
whistle. They blow
Yeah.
the whistle too freaking soon.
What I didn't
That
hear
shit
the
pisses
fucking
me off.
whistle. That's the weird thing. I know people were talking about the whistle, but I could have sworn when I was watching it live, Bradshaw was getting pushed back. Ball was coming out. I didn't hear a whistle.
Yeah, here's the thing: the referees blew the whistle too damn quick. I mean,
Okay.
he was still fighting for yards. They blew the whistle. It was a fumble, but they called the play dead before I guess the fumble happened.
Well, it's fucking bullshit. I'll tell you that. And
They need to hold their freaking
Even though I
whistles,
picked
man.
the Giants, the Niners did get screwed right there. So
the Giants.
the Giants. Now,
Actually, Williams screwed him.
yeah, Dom.
That's what I was about to ask. Did they actually make Williams the MVP of the game for the Giants?
No shit.
You know, that's messed up though. I mean, Williams is getting death threats over that now.
It was.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
he's the
Oh,
one
yeah.
getting death threats.
Because I heard on the radio, I think it was the Herd, and I turned it on, but right when he was talking about death threats, but I didn't know who it was about.
Yeah, I mean, people make mistakes, and it happens all the time in
Twice-
football.
twice.
And-
San Francisco has multiple championships. It's not like
Yeah.
it was their last hope and their
Well,
only hope ever.
The thing is that's not he's not the main kick returner. Ted Ginn was hurt.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so he was put into that position. He's a rookie. Let's not forget that. He's an undrafted freaking rookie. Let's not forget that. So I mean, he's in the daggum conference championship.
But let's not forget he's still fucked up.
But he did.
Oh, big time.
He did mess it up.
I mean, there's no getting around that.
I'm just wondering when Hippieville, San Francisco got so violent all of a sudden.
Is that a Hardball reference?
I don't know. I tell you what, though, what Dom and I had mentioned the previous week, though, they could have capitalized on how many turnovers by New Orleans, and they only won that game by 3 points. That's what I feared going into this game. I didn't think they had enough firepower. They didn't capitalize on 5 freaking turnovers. Or I should say they did capitalize, but to the tune of 3 points. I didn't see him winning the game simply because of that. And of course, Eli Manning's the second coming of Peyton Manning, which is kind of funny.
Alex Smith was Alex Smith.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like
Yeah.
the Alex
Yeah.
Smith that we all
He was
thought
the
he
Alex Smith of old.
He didn't play like the week prior. That's basically what
Well, that's Alex
decided
Smith.
that game.
Yeah.
So-
he's inconsistent. He'll have a good week, then he'll
Yeah.
have an Alex Smith week.
Yeah.
Cruz, this kid, and you mentioned it I think you mentioned it during episode 1 or 2, Dom. He is the Wes Welker of the NFC.
He was a black Wes Welker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Buck called that. I mean,
Yeah, he did.
Again.
He almost called the exact
Well, you
yardage. He
know-
called the receptions, but almost had the yardage
But
on. He
he's
was like
been
5 yards
saying
off.
that like 3 weeks in a row. So eventually he had
Yeah,
to get it right.
eventually it'll hit.
I'm just glad he's not on this podcast right now to gloat.
Oh, he'd be gloating.
What was his record anyway?
Don't worry. We can
But, well, I
expect-
know he picked Giants because he picked them for the Super Bowl, and yeah, he picked New England.
Did he?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm glad he's not on.
no, yeah, he picked New England. But either way, this is what I have to say to him. Yeah, but no, good job on your Cruz pick there, Buck. Nice job. Anything else to take from that game other than the fact? What do y'all think about Eli? If Eli wins the Super Bowl, is he have a better legacy than his brother? Go, Jerry.
No. Peyton's
No,
done
not
so
yet,
much.
no.
He orchestrates that offense all by himself. And Eli, like I was listening to ESPN, and they mentioned that Eli moved out of his shadow, but he's not quite to the level of Peyton Manning. And you gotta look at.
He's nowhere near the level of
No.
Oh, he's not, and he has a better defense to work with than Peyton Manning ever has. He actually has a better run game, even though statistically it doesn't show it. I mean, they operate a different type of offense, and they don't run the ball like they should, but when they do, they're pretty effective.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the Super Bowl he did win. He got
Miraculous.
so lucky.
oh yeah,
Miraculous.
And how many MVP trophies more does Peyton have?
Right.
4?
it's easy to talk about
Okay.
Eli saying.
How about this? Then how about this question? Eli Manning at the beginning of the season said that he is in the same class as Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. Do you agree with that now, Steve?
I think he. Oh,
I just hadn't heard anything from Steve. So I wanted him.
we
Say that
thought
again?
we thought he died.
Eli
Steve
Manning
is
at the beginning of the
aging himself.
season stated that he compares
Like
himself
an
in the
elite
same class
quarterback.
as Tom Brady, Peyton
He
Manning.
said he was elite.
Breeze.
Yeah.
Would you consider him elite at this point?
No, not right now for the same reason that was just mentioned earlier. He's got all these other weapons around him that are helping to make him better than what he is.
But couldn't you say Breeze has a lot of weapons around him?
Breeze is loaded. I'll give him that. Breeze is loaded, but he also, I don't know, there's just something about him.
He
I
has
don't know.
Down syndrome.
I can't. No.
I'm leaning towards Eli Manning
retarded
being
little brother.
in the elite class. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I fucking hate the
He's
Giants.
I think he's in the fringe.
I'll say he's swimming in the shallow end.
This is a perfect
the elite
1 and
pool.
1A type discussion.
Right.
He's 1A, and everybody else is 1.
Yeah.
Let that doggy in. He's sad. He wants to be in the studio. Well, like I said, I think Eli, if he wins another Super Bowl, then absolutely, I don't think you can argue.
He wins decisively instead of like some sort of miracle catch.
Well, yeah, I mean, if he leads the Giants to this win, then obviously his legacy is going to be set with two Super Bowl wins.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
all right. Well, we got a. Well, I guess we can move on just a little bit, just a little segue to the Super Bowl. I don't want your picks, but Dom,
But we weren't going to discuss the Baltimore game.
I guess we can discuss it.
Well, I just want to say one thing about the whole
Just kidding. Go ahead.
about the whole kick at the end.
Oh my God.
Oh,
All right.
man.
Why were
That
they running
fiasco.
out there?
Like, why didn't they call a timeout?
call a timeout.
There was-
Let him chill.
Apparently, there was I heard somewhere that there was a clock malfunction or a play clock malfunction or something like that, and they were rushing them to get on. I was watching it on TV. And there was 10 seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta call a timeout there. They had one left, and
Regardless, it was a 32-yard field goal, and nobody misses a 32-yard field goal.
Well, I mean, when you're watching it, he was like running up there, hustling to go up and kick that ball. So yeah, you got to call a timeout. Right
Well,
there.
that's the thing though. Is like, yeah, I see no reason why you wouldn't call a timeout. When I saw him running up there, I was like, what the hell's going on? Why is he running? And then there was like 5 seconds. I was like,
and then they
dude.
didn't call a timeout, and I thought, who the fuck they play?
That's why,
England?
dude. That's why I totally skipped because we talked. I totally, honestly forgot about that entire game.
I thought New England was going to try to ice them,
yeah.
and but apparently they knew, they knew.
All right. So
one good thing one thing, not maybe it's not good, but one thing you can say about that game is actually that Flacco. I mean,
okay,
really,
I was wondering if
played
somebody
well.
was going to say
He
this.
played well, and he actually won that game for him with that pass until that idiot
Got knocked out of his hands.
I can't believe he
serious
just
about that?
I can't believe he just didn't drop down right there, secure the ball. No, freaking Lee Evans is such a douche.
You got to give it to the defender though, because he made a pretty good
Oh,
play
yeah,
on
he
that
did.
ball.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
I mean,
He should have caught it.
He doesn't do
That guy
game
got
over.
signed
Yeah.
from the practice squad
Of
that
the Oakland
week.
Raiders. Well, he was on the Oakland Raiders
Yeah.
practice squad. Then he's on New England's practice squad, and then gets called up. Okay, so I think we all picked New England. I'm sorry, Theo. I was putting my hand on Theo's leg. I think we all picked New England except Dom, but you had to pick Baltimore because they were
Right.
your Super Bowl pick.
No, I had Baltimore too,
All right, Steve, why'd you pick Baltimore?
because on a pregame special in August, I picked them to represent the AFC in a Super Bowl. I had to stick with that.
Yeah, so you were in the corner that Dom was.
Basically.
You weren't confident about it, but you kind of had to do it because you're sticking to your guns.
Yep.
And that made you 0.0.
0.0.
So let me ask you real quick, going into this Super Bowl, 2 questions. One is Julian Edelman, for whatever reason, playing in the slot. That is a huge concern in my opinion. If Julian Edelman's going to be on Cruz, do you not agree?
Are they going to put him on Cruz? Is that going to be the one-on-one?
He's the
matchup?
slot. If the Cruz is the slot guy, I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
He's gonna get burned.
He's going to
Oh,
get
yeah.
destroyed. So, knowing Belichick, he'll probably do something. He'll probably put Aaron Hernandez out there.
Puts him
It-
everywhere
it-
else.
At this point, it almost doesn't matter who you put on Cruz.
It's true.
With the way he's going, he's going to burn pretty much anybody the Patriots have. The Patriots secondary has, sucked
True
for
that.
pretty much this entire year. They've gotten by the skin of their teeth in some cases.
Well, yeah, they're just
But in this
outscoring.
particular game, their defense was actually on
Right.
point.
Well, I thought this game was representative of they give but they don't break because their defense was like the worst in the league. However, scoring, they were only giving up, or the points they were giving up, they were in the middle of the league. So if they continue to do that in this game, it's going to be big. But what about this Gronkowski thing? If Gronkowski is out, that is huge.
Yeah, Gronkowski had over 100 yards receiving last time they played. I believe Welker had close to 100 yards. Aaron Hernandez didn't do much. So you always have to worry about stopping 2 out of the 3, and now they just have 2 to cover.
Exactly.
So if Gronkowski does not play this game, I just see no way New England's going to come out a winner in this one. He's
I
just
agree.
too big of a weapon.
He is insane. Also, folks, since we are mentioning Gronkowski, if you watch the YouTube, you will see Dominator is going to put up a little graphic. And what it is MIT, they did a analysis on the Gronkowski touchdown celebration, the Gronkowski spike. And they used this formula, angular velocity, tangential velocity, radius, blah, 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 blah. Ipso facto, it's pretty awesome.
I had to let Leonard read all that.
Yeah. Basically, they compare his spike to, they have a list of different things. Hockey slap shot, tennis serve, kicking a field goal, the pressure of an NBA dunk takeoff, a boxing punch, blah, 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 more and more. And Gronkowski is right in the middle of all that with his force. So essentially,
The force is strong in that
the
one.
force is very strong with Gronkowski. So anyways, I'd just like to say, Gronkowski, I hope you get better because you're my favorite player in the NFL right now.
He's a beast.
He is a beast. So anyways, then we're just going to give a little, that was our little minute Super Bowl coverage. Our main Super Bowl coverage is going to be next week, in which we will dig really deep and
Give our picks.
give our Super Bowl picks. As well as, I might mention, we might be on Ustream live next week. So, yeah, you never know. I did want to segue to a quick little facts section that's not part of the schedule. These are some Kate Beckinsale facts, and a couple of people sent this in because they heard us talking about that one where you had to decide between doing Kate Beckinsale but also getting done in the butt by a guy, which Jerry and Steve both chose. Or, what was the other one? Or
Get your butthole licked by Rachel McAdams.
While doing a guy.
while doing a guy. Yeah.
doing
And
a guy.
most chose doing a guy, which is strange to me.
I don't know. I don't think
I'd rather
that's
be the
strange
giver
at all.
than the taker. is all
That's
I'm
exactly
saying.
the point.
So here's just some facts that
The common denominator is the dude.
yeah.
Well, yeah, but you're still in the dude.
Yeah, but would
the
you
dude's
rather
not
have
in
him
you.
than you?
Where's the win in this one? I don't
I
get
mean,
it.
nobody wins, obviously.
I'm just saying, I'm
But
picking
here's-
the less.
But Jerry does have a
the
point.
two.
Like when someone says, "Dude, you got effed in the butt," he'll be like, "Yeah, but I fuck Kate Beckinsale." For us, all we
There's
can
a
say-
bonus in it
all
for
they
you
can say
somewhere.
is like, "Dude, you had sex with a man." Yeah, but
But
I had my
she-
butthole licked.
She licked your butt from behind, so
Yeah.
it may have not have been her for all you know. You couldn't even see her.
You could have been.
I'd be looking
Serbian,
back.
You could have been
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be looking at her.
Serbian film knocked out. You
Yeah.
don't want that.
Oh, God.
So here's some facts about Kate Beckinsale. Matt Ferguson says when she gets naked and walks around, the soundtrack plays.
I got a boner.
Nathan Oxley says when she comes, an angel gets its wings. Matt Ferguson says when she masturbates, children in Africa are no longer hungry. This was my favorite one. Bill Thomas. When she farts, an American mortgage gets refinanced. and then where's the other one? Oh, this is one ain't that funny. But Matt said when she shows her breast, there's temporary peace in the Middle East. So those are some interesting facts about Kate Beckinsale that maybe not everybody knew. So now we've got a
That's a sick question. You're a sick fuck, and I'm not that sick that I'm going to answer it. I'm not telling you anything.
I ain't telling you anything either.
y'all are gonna have to tell me. Would you rather?
Oh, fuck.
No.
This Would You Rather this week is sent in by Michael Torres, one of our good fans that listens to every show. Michael Torres says, and we are switching it up. Dom,
Nice.
would you rather have Theo answer this first? Theo, would you rather
That's so fucked up.
take your chances in a game of Soggy Biscuit with a group of random dudes from the waiting room of your local STD clinic? And I will have. Do you know what a soggy biscuit is?
I have no clue.
Urban Dictionary wasn't working,
Can't
but
be
I do
good.
need to tell you what a soggy biscuit is. A soggy biscuit is when you and random guys all masturbate
On a
to
biscuit.
come on a biscuit. Whoever comes on the biscuit first wins, meaning they're out. Whoever comes on the biscuit last has to eat the biscuit.
Oh, I mean, it's like into an ookie cookie.
Yeah.
So it's basically on the strength of my freaking sperm, whatever.
Well,
Well,
no.
you got to do that with a
Are
bunch
you
of
a
guys
nerd?
around you.
Yeah, well,
doing
yeah.
it.
You got to do it with a
So-
bunch of guys around you.
So the
Yeah.
motivation factor.
So, again, take your chances in a game of Soggy Biscuit with a group of random dudes from the waiting room of your local STD clinic, or reenact Two Girls, One Cup with Leonard after a night of Jameson/Guinness and a trip to the Waffle House.
Wow. Wow.
Go. And I swear I didn't come up with
we're
it.
like the girls in that scenario.
Well, it's my poop,
What?
Oh.
Oh.
and you're the
I'm
one
one
of
of
the
the
girls
girls.
licking it up and eating it. Yeah.
Oh.
Do you want some Joe Pesci on that one again?
It's a sick question. You're a sick fuck, and I'm not that sick that I'm going to answer it.
You
I'm
know,
not telling you anything.
I'm not telling you anything.
So basically, if I'm playing the soggy biscuit game, there's a chance I'm not gonna have to eat it.
There's
Right?
a very slim chance.
Why is there a very slim
Well, if
chance?
he
'Cause
has-
I'm pretty.
He just
I'm
doesn't have to
pretty,
be the last one, right?
Dude, are you a Minuteman? Because you're going to be around a potential guy who could bust a nut in like 10 seconds for all you know.
You know,
Well, how
You
many
know
guys
what?
are we talking about?
A group. I would
Okay.
say a group is 5.
So you have to be the last one done.
no, yeah, you know what? I'm
No, no.
taking. Yeah, you
Yeah,
don't
you
want to
said-
be the last one.
Okay,
done.
yes. Technically, if you're the last one.
Then you
Good.
have to
Right.
Yes.
take it all.
So there's a
I'm-
chance
I'm gonna.
there.
I'm gonna take my odds and play soggy biscuit. God. Got it. I got it because there's no way I'm eating your shit.
Steve, go.
Yeah.
Usually I go with the far out choice, but in this case, yeah, I'll go with the biscuit too.
Dom?
I gotta go with the biscuit.
Oh, my
I'm
God.
not eating
so
your
you are
shit.
all taking the chance of eating a biscuit with semen that has multiple STDs than eating my poop.
But see, the point is, we're guaranteed to be eating your shit.
Yeah.
But it's my shit.
Exactly.
Exactly. The point.
Sure.
Hey, I'm just gonna close my eyes and hope for the best, and then avoid the soggy biscuit. So that's where I'm going.
Yay! Where are the kids on that one, Jerry? I appreciate that. There they are.
I don't know why.
What about you?
I don't answer my. I asked the question.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at this.
He sends out the
Let's
text
cop out
later, rating it
bullshit.
at the end.
Yeah, I asked the questions. This is a dictatorship, Dom, not a democracy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, Torres,
I think that's going to change next week.
thank you so
We're
much
gonna
for
bring in
that.
something.
We really appreciate it.
He'll get his.
Yeah. You know what? Jerry, thanks for eating my poop. I'm serious.
I
Thank
don't
you.
think you got my answer on that one.
You said you would.
No,
ra-
I'm gonna close my eyes,
Biscuit.
Oh.
hope for the best,
While he's
so I'll
while he's
avoid
shooting
the
his
soggy.
fucking.
So I'll close
jizz
my
all
eyes, think
over.
of something happy, so I.
Oh, so you're still doing the soggy
Oh,
biscuit?
absolutely! Yeah, I'm not eating your shit, dude. No fucking no.
So disappointed in you guys.
I'm sorry to disappoint you in that.
No, what I'm so surprised is that you were so excited that he was going to eat your shit.
I was fucking happy.
That
man.
was confusing.
You could have easily rephrased it and say lose a game of soggy biscuit, and then
I think of it as
Nah,
a win.
so then that way
It
you're either gonna eat shit or eat the soggy biscuit.
It was the way it was written. And
I know the way it was written. I'm just
being
saying.
fair.
Right. Thanks
I'm
to
gonna avoid the
Michael
soggy
Torres for
biscuit by-
giving us an out.
Found a loophole.
All right, moving on.
You like that?
Dude, that was a
That was
great
pretty
witches scream laugh thing.
Sounded like the Crypt Keeper.
Nerd rage, ladies and gentlemen. Dom's coughing up his nutbag right now.
Yeah.
What do you got this week, sir?
At the request of Leonard,
Yay!
I'm going to be reviewing a horror game this week. He originally requested that I review Rising Dead 2. Obviously, earlier I said it sucked, so I'm not going to be doing that one because it's
Horror.
it's fucking lame.
Not horror.
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 But
Horror.
I'm going to be doing Dead Island. this
Yeah! I read about this in Rue Morgue.
week. Dead Island is a first-person survival horror video game developed by Techland and published by Deep Silver. It is available for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 3, and the Xbox 360. It is centered on the challenge of survival on a zombie-infested open-world island with a major emphasis on melee combat. It was originally announced at the E3 conference in 2006, but they pushed it all the way back to just last year, so a lot of anticipation with this game. Dead Island takes place on a fictional island called Benoi, located off the coast of Papua New Guinea, the home of the largest tropical resort hotel. Yes.
Many potential zombies there.
The night after a high-profile party, the four main characters are awakened by a voice over the emergency intercom system, directing them to evacuate the hotel.
Oh my god.
They discover that much of the population of the island have been taken by a contagious infection that has turned them into zombie-like creatures.
Oh my god!
Turn the light on, mommy.
Zombies. Zombie apocalypse.
Anyway, the most of the gameplay is built around combat and doing quests and stuff.
Really? Okay, sweet.
And it's a role-playing game, so it's
We all love roleplay.
It
Hey-o.
it uses experience-based gameplay, and like so you get experience for killing zombies and shit and completing quests. And like when you level up, you gain like skills and you like
Get more
like
badass
stamina, I guess.
Sweet. Now, are you alone, or are you with those four? Or the?
No, you're by yourself.
Okay, gotcha.
Right. Well, I mean, but you interact with them in the game.
So they don't stick together.
Right.
So they're like every other horror movie. Like, hey, let's split up and
Splitting up is
see
a
what
great
happens.
idea.
It sticks with the horror movie
Cliches.
construct,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
if you will. The gameplay is a lot like Call of Duty. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm gonna put up some gameplay, and you can see it's just like it.
Sweet.
Like when you're carrying a pistol, you aim it, and it kind of just zooms in. So
Yeah.
it zooms in on the sight, and then players need to use flashlights in the dark, in dark areas during the nighttime sections, which adds suspense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And it's definitely something you want to play like in the dark.
In the dark, surround sound, all that good shit.
Like Resident Evil, remember that when that shit
Dude,
came
that
out for PlayStation
scared,
1?
Yeah, old school.
In high school?
Scared the
When I was in high school?
shiz
Oh my God.
out of me.
Right. The game originally received.
It was a heartbeat. I was getting scared.
The game has received mostly positive reception since its release, according to Metacritic. Almost all of the negative reviews had a lot to do with like glitches and various bugs in the game on its initial release, but most of those problems have been ironed out through patch updates.
Sweet.
High praise has been given to the game for its graphics and the feel or the atmosphere of the game. And on on September 27th of last year, Lionsgate, which is a
Movie company.
movie production company. They announced that they're going to be acquiring the rights to develop a film based on the game.
Yeah.
And,
That'd be cool.
As its portrayal of a family desperately fighting for their lives, providing artistic inspiration. And will be produced by Sean Daniel. I don't know who the fuck that is.
You know what's
Very cool.
really, really funny is that a lot of the original movies that come out are based off of video games now.
Right.
You know that?
Yeah.
It's insane. Like, why don't they just hire these guys who are creating the games to actually write the movies? Because it seems like you can't get an original movie in Hollywood anymore.
They're
So.
pretty awesome.
Yes.
Oh, you know what? My mom just called.
Would you rather?
No. Oh! What the hell? Wendy Kelly is a saint.
Nice.
Windy.
Okay, well, man, Dead Island. I think how much is this game? Is this a $60 game? If you're a PS?
It's been out for a few months, so it might be maybe $10 cheaper. So
It's probably like $49.99. I
$10
bought
cheaper.
myself.
Oh, I think we have someone on the phone. Caller, who is this?
Yeah, this is Danny. I'm a first-time caller, long-time listener.
Bullshit.
But, I'm a big fantasy football
Got a script telling
follower.
people to say that.
Oh,
every
yeah?
week?
And I came across your guys' site. My question or comment is, how come you don't ever talk about the winner, Fighting Irish Horseman?
Hang up on your mom.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Do
I gotta hang. Hold on one second.
Ignore,
hold on,
dude.
caller.
Ignore.
Oh, there. Okay, ignore. Okay.
Oh my God.
Oh.
And your question was, why didn't we talk
gotta tightly run
talk
ship
about a
around here.
winner?
Yeah, the Fighting Irish Horseman. That guy, he really seems to get fantasy football. Y'all talk about that Jer Bear.
It doesn't sound familiar to me.
Fighting Irish Horseman got lucky.
Oh,
Fighting Irish
apparently
Horseman.
some of the pundits here on the show think the Fighting Irish Horseman got lucky in the Big Money Dynasty League. What do you think about that, caller?
I don't know. That guy really seems to know what he's doing. He made some good trades. That Zen Master, he really got him with a good trade.
Son of a bitch.
Everybody does that. Ask Buck.
Yeah, what's going on lately with that Zen Master asshole? Yeah, for the listeners out there, Fighting Irish Horseman is the fantasy owner that won the league this year, won the only league that matters in the world, which is the Big Money Dynasty. He took over a team a couple years ago that was pretty bad, made some huge changes, did some crazy trades, some trades that I thought were complete bullshit, and I don't understand why he did them. Jamal Charles trade being one of them, but ended up working out for him, and he actually trade raped me, and I didn't even know it. I was raped twice this year, so whatever. Maybe it's not rape.
It's not rape when it's consent.
Yeah.
When there's consent involved.
Well,
hey, real comment though before I go.
yeah.
What are your guys' thoughts on Alex Smith's resurgence this year?
You will. Oh yeah, you couldn't hear the show live because we're doing live/recorded. The consensus on the show was that Alex Smith showed his true colors in this last game, and that if the 49ers truly want to take that next step, which is Super Bowl status, they're going to need to upgrade. None of us believe that Alex Smith can take them to the promised land.
Got no receivers though.
You have to be able to complete a pass.
I mean, he was what, 2 for 12 at one point for like 78 yards, and that's because he had one pass to Vernon Davis.
Yeah, he has 3 receivers actually. He has Michael Crabtree,
All right.
which
Well, I appreciate your time, guys. Keep up the good work.
Will do. Hey, and what was your name again, caller? I already forgot.
Danny.
Hey, Danny.
He almost
Thanks for the
forgot.
call. Anytime you want to call in, give us a holler.
Fuck off, Danny.
bag.
All right, brother. Thank you, sir. All right.
Yeah, but Alex Smith actually has 3 receivers. He has Michael Crabtree, who's actually a pretty good receiver with not a great quarterback, Vernon Davis, and Frank Gore.
Oh, yeah, Frank Gore.
And
Hell,
Kendall Hunter.
Yeah.
This is a good point. You make good points, and that's why you are one of the pundits on this show, Jerry.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're so
Yeah,
welcome.
Here.
Thank you, thank you.
You know,
Speaking of-
but actually, though, just add a little bit onto that.
Sure.
They do need another playmaker.
They do. They need a.
They
They
do.
do.
They need a second
that's-
receiver, but
But that doesn't mean that Alex Smith is, good.
I bet you put Peyton Manning in that system and he wins a Super Bowl.
Oh,
they
absolutely.
probably would have killed him
Yeah,
in that game.
absolutely.
All right, Jerry.
All right, this week's player highlight is going to be one of the guys that I've seen on tape recently that I am actually pretty high on. I had no idea who this guy really was until the last week. And I watched a lot of tape because he got me really excited, and his name is Doug Martin.
Doug Martin.
Does anybody know who Doug Martin is?
Doug Martin.
Boise State.
Boise State's running back. Yeah, he rushed for 1,300 yards this season, had 16 touchdowns. He averaged 5 yards a carry. He also had 28 receptions for you PPR freaks with 288 yards and 2 touchdowns. And that was in his senior season, so he did go the full length in college. His strong points are some of the strong points that last week's guy I did, David Wilson, did not have. And that's he's a very strong runner between the tackles. That's one thing I like about him because he can get inside and he can go outside of the tackles. He can run over small defenders. He's got very good low body strength. And he's actually pretty strong in the upper body, unlike David Wilson.
Who would you liken to him?
I watched
Or whatever.
tape-
Whatever.
Liking him too.
Liking him too, yes. I
Liking
watched
him
tape because when I immediately saw him, I thought of MJD.
Mm.
Immediately. He's
Wow.
5'9", 215 pounds, so he's a small guy. He's thick, and look at his thighs. He looks just like MJD.
Jerry loves them thick.
Ah, dude,
Loves his thighs.
Oh, yeah.
But I actually pulled up a film of MJD's college career while he was with UCLA, and I watched a bunch of that, and it looked like the same. It almost looked like the same guy. If you have a poor man's MJD, I would say that Doug Martin would be a middle class man's MJD. So
What an
comparison-
amazing analogy.
Very, yeah, he looks just like him. I'm telling you. I mean, MJD ran with a little bit more speed, a little bit more power, just a little bit.
That
But,
seems like the trend now with running backs is the small, compact running backs that can hide behind
Oh, yeah.
linemen.
But they have that
Those-
strength.
and they have
That's
that
one of the
They
key
go in,
things.
they hide behind those guys, and then cut back and friggin'
Yeah. Well, this guy, he's a weightlifter, so I mean, I forget what they call him. It's some kind of like monster in the gym sort of analogy or something like that. But yeah, he puts a lot of work in the gym, so he's very strong. At the pro level,
Does he
he's
sweat
not,
a lot?
No, he doesn't sweat at all. That's how good he is. So at the pro level, I don't think he's going to run over guys like he did in the college level, but I think he's going to be very good. He finds holes. When I was watching film on this guy,
yeah.
I got to think about
Okay,
everything
sorry.
I say.
No, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Go ahead.
When I was watching the film on this guy, I was looking for the running lanes that he could find,
Yeah.
and he actually found them before I did watching an overview on film.
Oh,
I
are you
mean,
serious?
Yeah, he does find the holes,
Very cool.
and he finds the holes very well.
Great vision.
They say he's like a bowling ball, so he searches out actually people that like in the secondary, and he just runs them over. And he also has the ability. He has very good side to side cutting ability, so he can juke out players. And when you watch film on him, you can see him just head nod one way and go the other way, and his defenders are totally lost.
And there's film on YouTube I can put.
There
up.
is, yep,
Okay.
and you'll be watching that right now because Dom is amazing at putting video on YouTube. So you should actually be watching Doug Martin go the length to the end zone right now.
As a matter of fact, he just scored a touchdown.
He just did. He just did. They also said he has good straight line speed, so I expect him to run anywhere between a 4.45 and a 4.5 40. He's not going to be like a 4.2 like a Kirsch Johnson type, but you know, kind of like MJD. MJD is not the fastest guy,
Right.
but yeah, that's pretty good speed for a running back. He's actually participating in the Senior Bowl this week, tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, very cool.
Actually, well, Saturday afternoon. It'll be tomorrow afternoon by the time you listen to the show.
Right.
So they actually said that he's been one of the most standout running back at the Senior Bowl this week. One guy says that running back Doug Martin, this is Dion Caputi,
Caputi. Oh,
Yeah.
he's a grade A analyst.
says Doug Martin has pushed himself past Chris Polk in my running back ranking.
Washington, right?
Yeah, he's been strong, explosive, and competent between the tackles. So in the rankings right now, all the rankings I've looked at have this guy in the top 5. There was one ranking that had him number 2, 4, 5, but he's been anywhere between 2 and 5.
Walter Football.
And I didn't look at Walter Football this week, but
so he's definitely first rounder fantasy rookie drafts.
Absolutely. And if I was to choose, I would rank him ahead of David Wilson right now.
Really?
Just because David Wilson is more a lengthy, tall kind of runner. He runs upright.
This guy's like an
more
Arian Foster
powerful.
type.
If y'all remember,
yeah, a little bit like that.
Jerry reviewed David Wilson last week.
Yeah, he looks like an every down back to me. I mean, he has the frame, he has the power. My only concern about him is the same concern everybody has about Boise State, is that they play a weak schedule.
Yeah.
So you look at Maurice Jones-Drew though in college. He played a tough schedule and didn't really rush for a whole lot of yards.
He was UCLA in college, wasn't he?
He was, yes.
Yeah. He came out of nowhere.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he only had like 2 or 3 100-yard rushing games in his senior year, and Doug Martin rushed for 200 yards in one game. So
I think it's because he was overshadowed by Kellen Moore.
Yep.
I mean, you didn't really hear much about him.
Yep.
Yeah. Against strong competition. He did play Georgia. His first game had 24 carries for 57 yards and a touchdown, so didn't do great. But I watched every play against Georgia. You can search that on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he just didn't have anywhere to run. I
Really?
mean, that defense was stuffing him. But the prior season, his junior season, his first game was against Virginia Tech. Pretty good defense. Rushed 12 times for 83 yards, 6.9 yards a carry, and a touchdown. So, yeah, I like this guy. If I had a choice, I would be taking him right after Trent Richardson as far as running back goes.
Jeez.
Wow.
All right. That's a resounding mad props from the Jerry Bear there.
Looks good.
Very nice.
Well, thanks for that, Jerry. Thanks for that NCAA player highlight. You will, fans out there, you will get that every single week from varied contributors. I think we have another call. Caller, who is this?
Hello?
Hey, yes, sir. Yes, you're on the air.
Yeah, this is Bob Whiskers.
Oh my God!
Hey, Whiskers! How's it going, Whiskers?
Oh, it's going good. I was just listening to the show. Is the Jerry guy that was just talking?
So, yeah, Jerry. Jerry knows what he's talking about. He claims to be an expert.
I don't think I ever said that.
His analysis was crap.
Aw.
Thanks,
Hey,
Whiskers.
I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
I'd like to do Would You Rather.
Oh, would you rather? All right. Well, please speak up.
Is it would you rather fuck your mother or would you rather fuck your grandma?
That's the only 2 options?
That's it? That's all we get? Is that it?
Let's start with you, man.
Wasn't your mom just on the other line, too?
Yeah. Are we talking about
So
Whiskers?
would
grandma?
okay, I want to go first. I would fuck
ahead, Jim.
Leonard's mom,
Oh.
and then I would fuck his grandma.
Oh. Whiskers, this is... I guess my grandma, because Wendy Kelly is a saint. So, Dom, would you rather F your mother or your grandmother?
I think the question
I
was
think
yours.
I would think that was directed
it wasn't
towards you,
mine.
Leonard. Yeah, I think
No,
it was.
Was that question for everyone, Whiskers?
Yeah. What did Dom say? Dom, would you rather fuck your mother or fuck your grandma?
My grandma's dead, so my mom.
So was
Not a
mine.
neck rub.
What did he say?
He said his grandma's dead, so Dom would have sex with his mother.
Oh, good. I thought he might choose mad cow disease.
And Theo,
Yeah, my grandmother is passed as well, so leaves me with little option here, I guess.
Theo said he would have sex with his mother. And Stevie Step.
Hey, Theo, this
Oh.
is a good one. You've already been in that pussy once.
Don't worry, I'm gonna be in Greenville here soon, man. Don't worry about it.
Assuming that's where Whiskers is.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't know who Whiskers is. So, and finally,
Right,
Steve,
sorry. Anonymous
you have to
caller.
answer this horrible "Would you rather."
Well,
Quick,
like
quick.
the others, my grandmother's dead, so
Quickly.
I don't have a whole lot of option either.
All right, well, we'll run out of time, Whiskers. Thanks for the call, and
I'd just like to say I like the show. I like what you guys are doing. I like how you got Tom on the show promoting gay values for the bisexual community and all the queers out there.
Thanks. Well, we try and keep it diverse, Whiskers.
We'll see you next week.
All right. Hey, thanks, Whiskers.
Hey, Dom. Hey, Dom.
Yeah. Whiskers, ladies and gentlemen, Whiskers.
Oh, my
That was
God.
horrible, and I think we're going to have to put a disclaimer on the website about the Would You Rathers.
I'm really, really uncomfortable.
Could have done without that 5 minutes.
Yeah, because that was pretty horrible, and I don't want to ever have to answer anything like that ever again. Moving on from that horribleness.
Made of steel, the Super Steelers, the Pittsburgh Real. We're from the country, the Super Bowl team. 3-time winner.
That's right. Just because Mark Stover is not in the studio does not mean you're not going to get your smoking the stovepipe for the week. So, Stover, take it away.
Different sports, halls of fame.
Oops. There you go.
Hey, you're smoking the stovepipe. This week I'd like to talk about halls of fame. Different sports, halls of fame. Most importantly right now, the Football Hall of Fame, because what I'm wondering is if Eli Manning wins this Super Bowl, and I think that he will, is he now an automatic member of the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio? The thing I love about every sport is the thing that drives me nuts about every sport. The criteria to get into each sports Hall of Fame seems to be really, really different. The only sport that seems to get it right every time is hockey, and most of you don't know anything about hockey because you're all Texas Hicks. Basically, it goes something like this in hockey. Was someone great, they're in the Hall of Fame. End of story. The fact in football that guys like Chris Carter and Shannon Sharp, and because I'm always accused of being a Cowboys hater, Haley, Michael Irvin, the fact that guys like that are not already in the Hall of Fame makes me nuts. I don't care if they
Michael
were
Irvin
first year
is in the
eligible
Hall of
last
Fame.
year or not.
He is.
Does Eli Manning get into the Hall of Fame now, though? He's a quarterback. The rules seem to be different for them. And I'm going to go ahead and say no. No. Screw Eli. He's not a Hall of Famer yet. And that's all I have to say about that. Discuss amongst yourselves. And as a side note, maybe more importantly, this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame they have in Cleveland, get Rush into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, or I'm never coming back to visit.
Amen, brother.
Rush is good shit.
Amen.
You've been smoking the stovepipe. Oh, and in a couple of days, a very happy 6-month anniversary to my wonderful wife, Amanda. I love you and I miss you.
Oh,
And a guy could not ask for a better wife or better in-laws. All the Copelands and the Buchanans of the world, I love you.
Stop kissing ass.
Could
I
ask for a
feel
better husband,
tired.
though.
all right. Well, thanks, Stovepipe, for that. What do y'all think about that? For the record, Michael Irvin is in the Hall of Fame, and if for the future reference, Stove, I'd like for you to get your facts straight. Other than that, what do y'all
calling
think?
him Fox News over here?
Yeah, no. Eli Manning, if he wins another Super Bowl, he's going to be in the Hall of Fame. I'm sorry, that's just kind of how it goes. And he's still young, and he's still going to put up ridiculous stats. So if he wins another Super Bowl, he'd be Hall of Fame. Charles Haley is a guy, though, that he mentioned that I cannot understand how he's not in the Hall of Fame. And a lot of people say he's not because he was pretty much an asshole to the media. He hated the media.
That's probably the driving force.
Yeah, this man has 6 Super Bowl rings.
I don't think
6.
that's a criteria to get in the Hall of Fame, whether you're an asshole or not.
Yeah, I know, but if the media, a lot of the media folks are the one voting.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, and same thing for Chris Carter. I mean, dude is a beast.
Yeah. Chris Carter, I will say this. I thought he had probably the stickiest hands of any person I've seen play.
Best
play
hands,
football.
man.
Guy could catch.
All right, we're going to get a quick commercial from one of our sponsors, Hometown Outcasts from Greenville, Texas. Give it a listen. Please go to their website and support them because they support us.
They're here.
Fear not, Carol Ann. The Hometown Outcasts are here to help you figure out your poltergeist dilemmas. Chad Miller and his wife Nez have been creeping out the North Texas Straits since 2004 with their website, hometownoutcasts.com. Chad and Nez, along with their team at Paranormal Research and Investigations in North Texas, conduct paranormal investigations all across the state without the constraints of having a network to please with fake scares. In addition to their investigations, they produce a weekly podcast covering all sorts of off-the-wall subjects. Also, if you're in the mood for an incredible read, Chad is a published author with his book, A Taste of Home, currently available on Amazon.com. So give the Hometown Outcasts a visit at www.hometownoutcasts.com and discover the world of the unknown. You might like what you find. Yes, as always, please give them a look, support them. Pretty interesting stuff. They do some pretty cool investigations and What was that? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary.
Holy shit.
So moving on. Take it away, Dom.
The zombie apocalypse is happening, folks.
Oh my God!
And it starts with bees.
Zombie bees?
Zombie bees.
Zombies
that come
Get it?
to
Zombies.
Zombies.
Hey-o!
Wow.
You're fucking.
Okay, that was bad.
A fly parasite is being blamed for an epidemic that has struck the honey bee population around the world.
Oh no.
The parasite nests in the stomach of bees and causes them to walk in circles, sometimes pursuing bright lights before eventually dying. The parasitic phoroid fly, Apocephalus borealis, is responsible for the zombie transformation, laying eggs inside the abdomen of the honeybee.
Yuck. The hell?
San Francisco State University's Andrew Cole, who was a lead author on a bee parasite study in the journal PLOS ONE, says, when we observed the bees for some time, the ones that were alive, we found that they walked around in circles, often with no sense of direction, kind of like zombies.
Like a zombie.
Yeah. Bees usually sit in one place, sometimes curling up before they die, said Core.
Whoa.
But the parasited bees were still alive, unable to stand up on their legs. They kept stretching them out until they. Oh wait, what?
Wait, what?
They kept stretching them out and then falling over. He said, it really painted a picture of something zombie-like. So,
whoa. Oh, the apocalypse is starting, ladies and gentlemen.
Keep that fly away from me.
Yeah.
Fuck.
we get Hometown Outcasts on this case.
Uh-oh. Pay attention, Chad.
Police in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. All these stories seem to come out of Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Arrested Michael West, 41 years old, on January 15th after responding to a disturbance call. West's wife told the cops that her husband tried to attempt to strangle her and that he struck her in the face when she attempted to call 911.
This must be Alabama.
Yeah.
West told authorities that his wife sustained injuries as a result of several falls. But when an officer pressed the issue, West allegedly opted for the supernatural excuse. A ghost did it.
Toby. Oh God.
However, his explanation doesn't have a ghost of a chance of getting any support from researchers like Ron James, a filmmaker who specializes in the paranormal.
Hey-yo.
Reports of ghosts attacking people or making them do things are extremely rare, and there is no solid evidence to support them. James told the Huffington Post, where I got this. You won't find anyone who will vouch for them. So
that's true. Kind of hard to find a ghost to vouch for a ghost.
Right.
Right.
Well, Dom, thanks a lot, buddy. We'll have to wait till next week. We're running out of time.
We really are.
Get
So,
short.
since we are. Oh my God. It's always so loud in the ears.
That sounds nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, the preemptive strike.
Oh, it's back for another week, and I got a little bit of a change for you this week. I'm going to go with a guy that you might not necessarily want to pick up, but you might see a bunch of other league mates going for. And his name is James Johnson. I seen this guy play a couple years ago when I went to see a Magic versus Bulls game in Orlando, and he didn't impress me then, and he's not really impressing me now. He does have a benefit this week, or actually for the next 5 to 6 weeks, because Andrea Bargnani, I think that's how you say his name.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, Bargnani. Yeah,
He
I
was
won't say that word again. But he is out for the next 5 to 6 weeks. He re-aggravated I believe it was a knee injury, and he said it's actually much worse than the last one. So James Johnson is going to be moving into the starting lineup. So if you do need a short-term guy, you may want to take a look, but I wouldn't drop anybody that you wouldn't normally get rid of. So a couple of things about James Johnson. He is 6'9", 245. He works a lot around the basket, but he does like to throw up some three-pointers every once in a while, which doesn't necessarily it doesn't necessarily work in his favor, though, because he does not shoot the ball very well. He usually shoots around 40%, and when you're 6'9", 245, you don't want to be shooting 40% from the field. He was a first-round pick, number 16 overall by the Bulls. 2 years ago, he got traded to the Raptors for a second-round pick. So that showed you how high he actually was on the Bulls. And let's see. Right now, he's been putting up some impressive stats, although inconsistent. He's averaging 12.5 points a game, 3.3 blocks, which is actually great. 1.5 steals, which is pretty good for a small forward. 6 rebounds, 86% free throw percentage over the last couple games. And 51% field goal percentage. But this is over the last 5 games.
Better than the Baltimore kicker.
Yeah, he actually had he's
Sorry.
He's had 13 blocks over the last 4 games, which is very impressive, especially considering he's a small forward. But looking over his stats from last year and most of this year, he's generally a low field goal percentage shooter, which I already said, and he's an average free throw shooter. He generally shoots around 70%. The things you will get out of him, so if you do need somebody for shot blocking and steals, he will offer that to you. But if you're in a league that they take away points, I guess, for turnovers, he is not good for that. He's had 5 turnovers in a game. He averages about 2 to 3 turnovers per game, so he will hurt you in that category. He's a sporadic scorer. He never topped 30 points a game in college. 28 points was his career high when he was at Wake Forest. So don't expect a streak of double-digit scoring. He's mostly a moderate rebounder and shot blocker. So he, like I said, he hoists up some 3-pointers, but he does not make a whole lot. So that's James Johnson. Stay away from him unless you need somebody for the short term in blocks and steals. Otherwise, look the other way.
That's your basketball knowledge brought to you by Jerry, the Jerry Heron.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jerry. Appreciate it. And I know people are listening to you strictly for their roster moves. So your contribution is much appreciated.
Invaluable.
Tell my mom I'm somebody.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Is it purposely bad quality?
No, not purposely.
But he recorded it on his computer and sent it.
From Big Vegas Satellite Studio in Greenville, Texas, this is Hardballs. Our top story. Have you ever heard of Cleveland Indians star pitcher Fausto Carmona?
Nope.
No, of course you haven't, because he doesn't exist. Carmona, or rather, Roberto Hernandez Heredia, was arrested in Santo Domingo this past Thursday, accused of using a false identity to enter and work in the United States, and is currently facing a judicial process in his native Dominican Republic. He also is really 31 years old instead of the 28 he claimed to be. Reports from a local Dominican radio station indicate that Heredia has been paying off the family of the real Fausto Carmona for years to buy their silence, and that the real Carmona's mother turned him in to the authorities after the hush money stopped coming, following the Indians' decision to pick up a $7 million club option. According to league sources, the Indians have the option to void Heredia's contract for 2012 for playing under a false name, although they have indicated they plan to try to bring him back to the tribe as soon as possible. However, if he cannot get clearance to come back to the United States and work, he will not be paid. Longtime New York Yankees star Jorge Posada called it a career this past Tuesday. The 5-time All-Star catcher, flanked by his wife and children, announced his retirement after 17 Major League seasons and 5 World Series championships, all with the Yankees.
Every time I step through the Yankee Stadium doors, I always repeated myself and said I quoted Joe DiMaggio, and I said, I want to thank the good Lord for making me a Yankee.
Posada is joining Bernie Williams and Eddie Pettit in retirement, leaving only Mariano Rivera and Derek Jeter from the group that led the Yankees to 4 World Series victories in 5 years from 1996 to 2000. Also this past Tuesday, former Milwaukee Brewers slugger Prince Fielder signed a massive contract.
Yeah.
The team that signed him, the Detroit Tigers, had not been on the radars of any analyst this offseason. The deal is for 9 years and a whopping $214 million.
Good God.
It is only the 4th $200 million contract in Major League history, and his $23.78 million per year average puts him 5th in the major leagues behind Alex Rodriguez, Ryan Howard, Cliff Lee, and Albert Pujols. The deal could put Fielder in a somewhat uncomfortable situation, however, as he will now likely be facing questions about his father, Cecil Fielder, who starred for the Tigers in the early 90s, and from whom Prince is estranged, vowing to never speak to his father until Prince's career is over. That could make for some interesting alumni nights at Comerica Field, to say the least.
Yeah.
The Tigers will now begin the season with 2 players under 30 years old,
and over 300
along
pounds.
with Miguel Cabrera, with at least 200 career homers for only the second time in Major League history. The only other team to accomplish this feat are the 1961 Milwaukee Brewers, featuring 29-year-old Eddie Matthews and 27-year-old Hank Aaron. For Hardballs, this is Steve Estep. Now back to the Football Faction studio.
Informative as always, Steve. Thanks for that.
What's the story behind the whole Cecil Fielder?
Him and Steve, do you know why he's so pissed at his dad?
They haven't really talked about it. From what I could tell, something about Cecil stealing Prince's signing bonus when he first joined the major leagues. I'm not sure about that. That's just a rumor I've heard. Also, to clear something up, I don't know if I accidentally said Brewers at the end of that set. I meant to say Milwaukee Braves.
Yeah, I think you did say Brewers.
You did, but you caught yourself, so that's good.
Rock on.
Okay.
Well, thanks for that, Steve. We appreciate the baseball knowledge. All right. Well, we're getting to the end of the show here, but we do have one more entry to the disgusting, horrible things that we do. We have a Mary F. Kill suggestion from Michael Torres again. Michael Torres asks Theo, Mary F. Kill, Annie Wilkes from Misery. You know, Kathy.
No, that's so funny because I just watched that movie.
Did you? So, it's fresh in your mind. Annie Wilkes, Santanico Pandemonium from Dusk Till Dawn. You'll remember her as Selma Hayek after she turns into a demon.
Just details.
And Justin Bieber as Justin Bieber. So you have, again, Ann Wilkes from Misery, Santingo Pandemonium.
That's not so hard.
And Justin Bieber. Mary F. Kill goes.
Well, the Biebs is getting the freaking death treatment.
Oh yeah, dude, I think we can all probably.
Dude has got to die. Sorry,
yeah.
Sorry, Bieber fans. If you're,
I'm sure
well, if you're
listening.
a Bieber fan and you're
probably
listening to this show,
anyway.
yeah, I don't think that's happening. And then I just watched Misery, and I'm gonna have to give it to old Annie Wilkes.
But remember, it's not Kathy Bates. It is Ann Wilkes,
right?
Meaning,
and
crazy.
She is so crazy, but that you got to think that pent up like Christian. I don't know.
Are you talking about sex?
Oh yeah, go hog
I'm giving it
wild
to her.
on you.
And then I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care if Selma Hayek is a demon spawned from hell. Like, yeah, I'm keeping her
Straight sexy.
forever.
Yeah. Well,
One of the sexiest women of all time.
She used to be my number one, like my
desperado son.
Right. I'm gonna flip it. Fuck. I don't know, man. Because if you marry
a demon.
No, if you marry Kathy Bates' character,
you gotta live with a crazy bitch.
Yeah,
I'd rather live with a demon
saying.
bitch than a crazy bitch.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna go with his.
Yeah, Steve.
Well, you're right. Bieber's got to die. That's not even part of the show. I just really want to say it.
Yeah.
And Annie, whatever from Misery. I don't know if you guys know it, but there ain't no F like a crazy F. So,
bam, son.
Ain't no F like a crazy F. That's a song I just created.
And Demon from Hell, we pretty much all married one like that anyway, so it's not that big of a stretch.
Very true.
Very nice. Jerry, are you going to dissent at all? Or are you?
Yeah, I would definitely F Justin Bieber.
we figured.
Justin is a pretty girl. I mean, I'll give him that.
He is pretty cute. No, I'm going to go along the same lines as you guys.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
I think that's
I've had enough crazy bitches that I've been with, so I'm just going to F and leave.
We need to get a submission where it's going to be a difficult choice to kill.
That's true.
Because we always seem to have the easy,
easy kill.
Kill this person easy.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, fans, there you go.
So there's the challenge.
We're laying down the gauntlet here
for a better Mary F. Kill. So bring it, because our sick minds can only come up with so much. You know what I mean? So help us out.
Mm-hmm.
There's an Apple commercial.
Yeah, that's a fucking Apple commercial.
Yeah, buddy.
Take me to your best friend.
Hey, they have good taste.
This is some good Theo music here. This is what I think
This is
about.
classic Theo music.
Oh yeah.
All right, everybody. Welcome to another round of Theo's Hot Music Injection.
You saw that thing on YouTube.
I did. It was great, dude. I actually really liked it.
It grossed out some people.
Well, even better then. So, the band that I'm talking about this week is a little group called Group Love.
Oh,
hey.
hey.
This is actually their first studio album called Never Trust a Happy
Hey, do you know
Song.
they toured with Orgy?
Huh?
You know they toured with Orgy?
Jerry, that was pretty funny.
That's spot on, buddy.
All right, I'm out.
You don't have a rim shot on your soundboard, do you?
I totally need to do that. Yeah. That's
great.
I'll write that down.
That's great. So anyway, first studio album. It's called Never Trust a Happy Song. Group Love is an indie rock band that formed in 2009, and they're based out of Los Angeles, California. Members of the band include Christian Zacconi, who's lead vocal and guitar, Hannah Hooper, who is vocals and keyboards, Andrew Wesson on guitar and vocals.
So they all sing.
They're all mixing it up. Of course, the drummer doesn't sing. Ryan Rabin. And then we have Sean Gadd on bass. A couple interesting facts here. Sean Gadd is the son of singer-songwriter Steve Gadd of the UK band Stray. And Ryan Rabin is son of film composer and former Yes guitarist Trevor Rabin. So little couple facts there for you. So anyway, listen to this album through and through over the last few days, and to me, this album reminds me of like a really great summer album, which has kind of surprised me because they released it in the fall, which just didn't make sense. You would think that they would release it before the last summer, and then they could hit the circuit and freaking blown up just like Foster the People and whatever. But they didn't do that, so I'm guessing that even though not a lot of people know about them right now, this summer they're gonna hit the festival circuit and blow up
Like
crazy.
Galuna Fest?
Yes, hopefully, fingers crossed. So anyway, I just pictured, like sitting on the beach and blasting this, drinking beer and freaking partying with my buddies and stuff. So
singing "It's Friday, it's Friday." Oh wait, no.
Oh my God. Oh, I just threw up in my mouth. Anyway,
me too.
So, like I said, I thoroughly enjoyed this album from start to finish. It isn't flawless by any means, but they had a couple songs where they tried to experiment with different styles, and they kind of left behind what really worked on the album, which was like the upbeat indie pop sort of stuff that they do. But yeah, so look for these guys to blow up this summer once they hit the festival circuit. Some songs that you want to check out for sure that you probably already know about: Colors and Naked Kids.
Trust me, I don't.
And well, check them out then, Leonard. Colors and Naked Kids.
You watch TV.
They've been in circulation since their self-titled EP was released in February. But also check out Itching on a Photograph and Tongue Tied, which you just listened to. But the real gem of the album is a song called Lovely Cup. So yeah, give it a listen, and I guarantee you will not be left wanting.
So we can pirate this album where?
What happened? Speaking of, hey, Theo, thanks for that. And Theo, your hot music injection is one of the favorite parts of this show. I know for a fact Miranda Williamson looks forward to it every single week.
She diddles herself while she's listening to it.
She double clicks her mouse, if you know what I mean. Speaking of Sopa Pippa, I do need to do a little plug because I forgot to do it earlier, and we're going to have a legit commercial next week. But doing a plug for, do you know what I'm doing a plug for, Dom?
Politics.
That's right. Politics Nation, baby. Politics Nation is going to be the new podcast that is going to be produced by McDougall's Production. It's probably going to be a once-a-week show. It's only going to last about 30 minutes because we do have live. But Politics Nation is going to be a show about politics and everything affecting America, and it is not going to be a partisan show. It's not going to be like Glenn Beck. We're not going to cry, I promise. It's not going to be like Rush Limbaugh. We're not going to pander to the right asshole. And be a fat, rich asshole. We're not going to be like Sean Hannity. Claims to be totally bipartisan, or not bipartisan, I should say, but very unbiased, and he's not. We are going to have perspectives from all sides of the political spectrum, right, left, center, communist, whatever. They're all going to be on there. And we're going to hit up the major points and the major things affecting the country each week. So be paying attention and check out the Migdago Productions blog for updates on that. And Dominator is going to be one of the contributors on that show.
And who else was that?
Christine Gist is confirmed.
No, the dude.
Randy Andrews.
Okay.
Randy Andrews, good kid. And George, his buddy, is going to be our far left-leaning perspective.
George Takei.
George Takei. George Takei.
Hello.
Hello.
This is going to be like that movie where you invite people over to talk about politics and then kill them and bury them in the backyard.
Movie idea.
That's what you do.
That is a great movie idea.
It's already,
that a real movie?
It's already been done.
Oh,
Sorry.
really?
Yeah.
What movie is that?
Oh, man, I can't remember what it's called.
I think Leonard needs to watch it now.
Yeah, I'm totally, seriously psyched about this film that you just talked that you don't know the name
I'll
of
have
it.
to find out.
You know what I like?
He's laughing his sick fucking ass off. He's a tight ass. He's a sadist.
I simply like that because that's my favorite bit on my soundboard.
You know what he's talking about, right?
He's talking about
the
Lord.
He's talking about God.
Yeah. That is from what was that movie?
Devil's Advocate.
Devil's Advocate. Yeah. And
No,
plus-
he's talking about Keanu Reeves.
No, I think he's talking about Heath.
he is talking about Heath. Oh, and a little nostalgia.
Oh, little shout out here.
A little shout out to Buck. Sorry you couldn't be here, Buck, but
He's too busy rubbing pennies together.
Playing with his dreidel.
Trying to find the other side of the rainbow.
He's curling his ball hair.
do you know? Did you hear about the car Buck got over there in Korea? He bought. I forget the name of it, but we'll call it a Kia Sorento. You know why he bought it? He heard it could turn on a dime.
He stops on a dime.
Yes. Woo! Hey-o. Okay. Sorry.
Man.
Throughout history, man has marveled at the vast complexity of the universe. Without a single unified voice, humanity has been left searching for answers to the unknown. Now,
we love you, Buck.
has the power to change that and to spread his voice across the earth for all of mankind to hear. One man.
Me. That's right. It's your caffeinated critic this week, and I am going to be reviewing Red Tails, the World War II flick about the Tuskegee Airmen and the trials and tribulations they had. Now, this is a film produced by George Lucas, written by George Lucas, and funded by George Lucas. George,
out of his own pocket.
Out of his own poquitos, which are quite deep thanks to Star Wars.
I could have swore I watched a porn called the same thing.
Oh, yeah. What happened basically is he has had this film for about 24 years. He has pitched it to studios over the course of that time, and no one would take it. He really wanted to tell this story, so he ended up funding it himself. I will tell you right now that I'm a bit of a World War II nut, and it really does adhere to it pretty well. The only gripe that I had technically wise was the when they introduced the jet aircraft of the Nazis. They kind of dropped the ball just a little bit. I won't go into detail on it, but
well, I want to know what the hell.
Okay, they brought in the jet aircraft at the end as a dogfighting aircraft, and that was the reason why Hitler lost the air war, was because he put all this money and all this development into this jet aircraft. They were fast as shit. They were faster than anything, but they sucked in dogfighting. And they had talked about the Tuskegee Airmen in this movie. They were talking to some other pilots that had encountered that jet aircraft and said, it was taking them out, taking them out. But that was the thing. When we got the P-51 Mustang, the P-51 Mustang is my favorite aircraft. It's what won us the war. The P-51 basically won America the air war, both in the Pacific and in Europe. So, well, other than the B-29 bombing the shit out of everything. But other than that little aspect, you're going to love this film for two reasons. One, it is a Lucasfilm production, and that means the effects are freaking incredible. I was a little worried about the whole digital, CGI and all that stuff, but I got to be honest, man, it was great, awesome. Again, THX surround sound was ridiculous. One of the things I love about World War II aircraft is the engine noise, and it was badass. Everything about the movie rocked technical wise, like I said, except for that little hiccup. Now the acting, it was superb. And the great thing that I liked is that the actors other than Terrence Howard, I didn't. Oh, and Cuba Gooding Jr.
You didn't even know who they were.
Not a clue. I'm sure some people.
And that was the interview that he did with Jon Stewart. He meant to get unknowns.
Yeah,
that's probably better for Cuba Gooding.
Yeah, and here's the thing about Cuba: not a huge role, which is good too. He he kind of played a MacArthur type guy, had his pipe and all that stuff. But the other actors in this movie did great. Mainly, you have Nate Parker. Tristan Wilds, Elijah Kelly, Method Man was in it. I did not realize that's who he was. Okay, Method Man was. I love
Method Man.
He was one of the mechanics. That's totally awesome. Okay, but anyways, I was completely blown away by this film. It also the running time was over 2 hours. Didn't bother me one bit. I was thoroughly enthralled in the film throughout the whole deal. I teared up at the end, like no bullshit.
Yeah, because it was a Lucasfilm.
It was a Lucasfilm after all.
So, yeah.
But no, I highly suggest, and I'm not going to do the whole, you must see it because it's there's
You're not being a Star Wars homer about it?
I'm not being a Star Wars homer, and I'm not being this whole thing where everybody says, I did something because I saw a film about that had African Americans in it, so I should feel better about myself, which these freaking bleeding heart assholes in Hollywood and stuff do. I'm telling you right now, the film effing rocked.
I mean, that's the reason why it didn't get picked up.
Exactly.
Because of bleeding heart assholes in Hollywood.
Exactly.
And it wasn't directed by Tyler Perry.
Well, right. That's what I think. That's what he said too in the interview.
Yes, he did.
If Tyler Perry had put it out,
that's so true, though.
I'm telling you, man, this film is a great film. Great action, great acting. It really did have everything. So I highly suggest everybody go see it. And
if I could sneak in a word here.
Yeah.
I've got one more reason for people to go see this movie.
Sure.
And that is just for the nostalgia, the history of it. This is George Lucas's last movie.
What?
George Lucas retired from the movie industry this past week. A little over a week ago. He is calling it a career.
I just seen Leonard go from midnight to 6.
Oh, wow.
Are you being serious, or are you just effing with me?
No, I am dead serious.
Leonard's tearing up over here.
Dude, I might.
Again.
Yeah,
somebody get the Jameson.
All right, we need to end this show before I do tear up. I'm not even kidding. All right, so that's the end of our show.
He's seriously shaking over here.
He is very sad over here.
Okay, so not bad. We came in at an hour. I don't even know what I'm doing now. I'm kind of lost. Great show, guys.
Way to go, Steve.
You totally ruined. I'm going home to Texas tomorrow, and I should be excited now. I'm sad as shit.
You need to go to the Dagobah system.
Yes, I do. I need to learn from Yoda.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off right now. I need to learn from the dark side. I'm pissed. Anyways, seriously. Okay. Steve.
We need to edit out like the last 5 minutes of this show.
Steve, go ahead and give us your closing remarks.
Leave that.
Closing remarks. Just one last note about the upcoming Super Bowl. No predictions or anything. You just want to note the historical aspect. The New York Giants are the first team in NFL history to make it to the Super Bowl, allowing more points than they scored during the regular season, 400 to 396.
Whoa, interesting. What you got, Dominator?
I don't know if I'm kind of a politics nerd, but I watched the State of the Union address a couple days ago, and they showed John Kerry in the audience. Did you see him?
Oh yeah,
he looked like he got his ass whooped
big time.
I fucking laughed my ass off.
Did you hear the story about what he did? Hockey.
Was it a hockey game?
Hockey incident. But yeah, it looked like he straight up got prison beat.
But they focused the camera on him for like 20 seconds. I mean, it's like they focused the camera on him. It's like, oh, he's got his ass. It looks like he got his ass beat. We'll pan the camera somewhere else.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, I didn't think the president's speech was that bad.
Cool.
So
yeah, rock on. We don't interrupt bits, but yeah, I heard some good and some bad, but yeah, way to go, President Obama. Go ahead, Jerry. What do you got?
I don't want to sound like a Detroit Lion homer, which I totally am right now, but I am pissed off. And it's only the Pro Bowl, and it doesn't mean jack shit. But just tell me personally, what's higher in numbers? 5,100, 4,700?
5,100.
Okay, that is total combined yardage, rushing for both players and passing.
Oh.
41 to 35 touchdowns.
41.
You are correct. That also goes to Matt Stafford. 16 or 17
17.
And that goes to Cam Newton, which is interceptions.
Oh.
And a 97.2 to 84.5.
97.
Yeah, that far and away. Matt Stafford put up better numbers. He led his team to a 10-6 record and first playoff berth since 1999. And Cam Newton was the exciting rookie quarterback who led his team to a 6-10 record.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree with you more.
God damn it.
What the hell?
What you got, Theo?
Just a little bit of news about the Vikings stadium situation. Looks like they have come to an agreement. They're going to just knock down
and move to LA.
No, they're gonna knock down the old and build up the new stadium. They just have to basically work out how exactly they're going to do that and where they're going to play next season, blah, blah, blah. But looks like the Vikings are going to be staying in Minnesota, so yay for that.
Yay! I'm not even touching my soundboard. I'm totally not in the right frame of mind to do anything right now. However, my closing remarks are going to be this. Something that has been pissing me off and is part of the downfall of America is the reality shows. Now, we all know there's tons of reality shows on television, but they're getting a little ridiculous. They've always been ridiculous, but now they're getting to the point of I'm so sad for all of us. Toddlers and Tiaras. If anybody watches that show,
half of the state of Texas probably watches.
It's the saddest thing I've ever seen.
It's totally.
And here's the kicker,
wrong.
and this is where I wanted to end my bit. All these reality shows are bullshit. They have the ratings are ridiculous. I was even part of the problem for a while, but I quit watching them. On Toddlers Tiaras, the winner of the 7 and under group, the person's name was Timothy. That's all I'll say. And he was very happy about winning Queen.
Good.
Wow.
That's it.
God.
That's it. That's all I'm going to end that on.
That's how we're ending the show, huh?
Yeah.
This is like the somberest
this is
we've ever ended our show.
On a better note,
you better have a good song.
Week 10, ladies and gentlemen. I think, depending on this show, now, a lot of us are tired. Some of us switched from mid-shifts. It's been we may not have been at our best level yet, but week 10, we might be broadcasting live on Ustream. So we will also record the show, and we'll be putting it on our various outlets, iTunes, McDagonProductions.com, YouTube, Twitter, all these good things. So we might be pardon me. We might be doing. I know I threw up in my mouth a little bit. This whole George Lucas thing is freaking me out.
George Lucas has come.
Yeah. We might be doing Ustream, so we will keep y'all updated. Also, as always, you will be getting the Nerd Rage. Any idea what you're gonna be doing next week, Dom?
I have no fucking clue, dude.
No fucking clue. I heard that was a great game, so don't worry about that.
He'll be doing Soul Calibur 5.
Jerry will be bringing his.
I was actually thinking about that, by the way.
Which one?
Soul Calibur 5.
Oh, that came out like recently?
That's dropping Tuesday.
Yes.
I've got it pre-ordered.
Dropping like it's hot.
Right.
Definitely do Soul Calibur. That's one of the great games of our time. Remember, especially old school. No, Theo played with the French guy with that huge sword all the time. What? Yeah. Jerry's going to be bringing. Jerry's going to be bringing the preemptive strike, giving you the basketball knowledge, and one of us will be doing the NCAA player highlight. Theo is his hot music injection. Any idea who you're doing next week?
Negative.
All right, Negative. That's another good band. And Steve
Typo Negative.
Be bringing the hardballs for you folks. Movie-wise,
I'm going to be fired in about 2 minutes, so I don't know.
Movie-wise, I think I'm going to be reviewing Ratline, which is an Eric Stans film that I personally got signed.
What?
Yeah.
Is this like this group love thing? Like nobody knows what the fuck it is?
No, that director, Eric Stans.
That's the point, isn't it?
Yeah, it's something that nobody's seen. It's supposed to be gnarly. And it's signed. Did I say it was signed? Personally? It's signed. So anyway,
this the guy
that's following us.
The guy you have a big boner over.
Yeah.
If he's listening to this, he's got a big boner for you.
Eric, you got me into film. What can I say, bro?
Oh my God, I want to. Oh God.
All right. Well, we came in close to our hour mark,
asshole.
an hour and 24 minutes. But hey, what can you do? I know y'all all out there enjoyed
stroke your movie reel.
Oh fuck yeah.
We'd like to thank our contributors this week. We had Whiskers and we had Daniel was his name. That one,
Danny Whiskers, the Texas hillbilly cunt.
And as always, we had Steve coming at us. Hey, Steve, thanks for joining us. Steve will be with us every week, and maybe we'll get a Buck and Stove up on here next week. Buck, Stove, we missed you. Hope y'all are doing good, saving the world, and Kim Jong-il's Satan's son isn't up on your ass.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Until next week, week 10, we bid you adieu.
Peace, bitches.
George Lucas.
just shitted on him. All these bitches is my sons, and I'ma go and get some pips for 'em. A couple formulas, little pretty lips on 'em. If I had a dick, I would pull it out and piss on 'em. Let me shake it off. I just done a couple days, I might take you off. And we ain't missing up, I don't need a mediator. Just let the moms blow steam with radiator. That was an earthquake, bitch. Shitted on 'em. You fucking ground shake, right? And I just shitted on 'em. Bitches ain't fucking with her. Shitted on 'em. This stone is flawless. F1. I keep shooters up top in the F1. A lot of bad bitches begging me to F1, but I'ma eat them rat bitches when the chef come. Those some fresh ones. More talent than my motherfucking left thumb. She ain't a Nicki fan, then the bitch deaf dumb. You ain't my son, you my motherfucking stepson. I don't know what Lil Wayne looks like. Shitted on him. Bitch, I can't even see. And I just shitted on him. You got me mistaken with your mother, huh? Shitted on him. Bitches as an idiot if you didn't on him. We at the top, bitch. Shitted on him. And I just shitted on him. Shitted on him.